What up, guys? Welcome back. We're doing a tournament today in Pokemon TCG Online. And, oh, cool. We got straight into it. So, let's see how it goes. This is a Gengar deck that I'm running. Gengar, Wobbuffets, and a little other support. It's pretty good. I like it. You can draw really poorly. Since we don't run shamans, like if you just kind of get a couple like Lysanders and no energies, and you can get stuck. But besides that, the deck runs pretty darn good. And looks as though we are going to be playing up against Night March deck, probably Night March Vespiquen, if I remember correctly. So that's going to prove difficult, but we'll see what we're able to do. Cool thing is Gengar can just put 3 damage counters on those Joltics. So they're likely using this Dimension Valley for their own, Pumpkaboos to do attacks, and we should always have at least a free 3 damage attack for Gengar on Joltics. If not, then we'll need 2 energies to kill out the Pumpkaboos. So we can try to hang in there. Oh, no, I guess he's going the Force of Giant Plants route. So that'll make things a bit more difficult. And we get hit for... Okay, so let's go ahead and break the stadium. I think we'll just go ahead and place the energies on Gengar for now. And we're going to end the turn because I want to save these energies. Ideally, what's going to happen is next turn, if this Wobbuffet stays alive, then we'll be able to attach an energy and retreat him, kill with the Gengar, or if maybe they break a stadium, then we can play another Dimension Valley, so we can keep winning the stadium war. We see that double colorless go out. Now Gengar with a Muscle Band can one-shot Vespiquens, so that will be in our favor. But we're definitely going to want to get out some Robo substitutes. We shall see if we can get all those out. Robo substitutes, maybe a couple hammers to try to disrupt their energy distribution. The Pumpkaboo's not going to be attacking for his big hit since he put the double colorless on, so that works out in our favor. So we'll play the Wobbuffet, and yeah, we don't really need the Dimension Valley anymore. I think we're going to go for a Sycamore because we need to get some Robo subs. Perfect. And even more perfect. Cool. So we get the Enhanced Hammer. Make him, now he only has 3 possible to play. Let's go retreat, bring in this Gengar, and smack her face. And then we get to run away as well. And we'll go ahead and put up this Wobbuffet since it already has damage counters on it. If he gets a kill, we want him to hit that. Now, if he kills us and doesn't set anything else, then we will win. Most likely. We still need to get a Muscle Band on the Gengar. But that... Yeah, he already has a good amount of Pokemon in the grave. So let's see. Oh, definitely getting one so we can make sure he has something to set. So we see another Combee. He can't Shaman right now, which is great. So that was perfect for us. So we're going to definitely, I think we're going to go ahead, play the other Gengar, use teammates to get, I want to get an energy drop this turn for sure, and we want to get the kill. It would have been good to get like another stadium or a Robo substitute, but we're going to go ahead and make sure that we get the kill, number 1, and also that we get an energy drop because it's important to keep up with their energy distribution. And I guess we'll go Wobbuffet. We have a switch in hand, so if he doesn't kill anything, then we can switch out and attack again. And look, he's just getting these energy drops like crazy. I'm not sure if he has enough to do 170 yet, but he sure is likely getting there. But the good thing was he did Sycamore, so he won't be able to bring out this Gengar for one shot. Let's count how many double colorlesses are in the grave. 1, 2, 2. So one more double colorless. And he is officially now one-shotting us. And he only needs 2. I think we'll leave this Gengar because 2 kills is going to be game for us anyways. And we have 30. We didn't get an energy drop this turn. Energy drop, I guess now is not that more important because we only need 1. So we're just going to keep our hand. That way next turn we'll know exactly what we need to get. If we needed to use a switch because we might have Sycamored, not gotten the energy that we needed, and then not having a switch to get out of our position. So yeah, better to play a little more, safe and cautious, seeing that we have lots of outs. Always like to keep as many outs in my hand as possible. But so our opponent has to grab onto that last double colorless, and even if he gets that, we'll probably be able to answer with a kill of our own, which might prove the game for us. We will need another energy on the Gengar up front. But yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. We'll see if he gets the double colorless, because that will hurt. And right now our opponent's probably just looking through his deck and making sure he knows what's going on, seeing what his odds are of grabbing everything. Treated. And we'll see if he has the double colorless, or maybe it was prized. I'm assuming he either has it or was in the deck, because he did see his deck and he hasn't given up yet. So damn, I don't want to give up anything. Okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to take that kill for 3. I don't want to Sycamore and lose a lot of our options, so we're going to go ahead and just put damage counters to get that jolt to kill. There's 2 draws left. And hopefully if he does do a kill, it'll be on the Gengar without the energy, so we won't have to search for an out. But I think we're still in pretty good position. And what is our opponent going to be able to do? Oh, and there he is. He did find the energy. Oh, and he wasn't able to get the kill. That is pretty wild. Perfect. So go ahead and use the switch. And I guess go ahead and get this last double colorless off the field. And there's a win out of the first round against one of the best decks in the format. Vespiquen Night March. So way to go. Good work. And it looks like the next round should be starting soon, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys come back when it's starting up so you don't have to wait. See you then. And alright, we are about to enter round 2 with our Gengar EX deck. So we'll see what we face against. Yeah, all in all, I like the deck. I think it's very strong. Obviously, it's nice to hit fighting decks for weakness and do poison, which can be really cool. So I know it helps out a lot against the Mine Shao decks that use Focus Sash, and so it's hard to kill them in one shot, but then you can hit them and then have the poison damage tick off the last bit, so that's always nice. And yeah, it's kind of really fairly balanced. We'll see what we're playing up against here. Could be something along the lines of Manectric, Regice with a few other, Hawlucha deck. We'll see. Start off kind of a bad hand. No draw yet. Luckily we have a Trainer's Mail, so we'll see if that can get us some sort of draw. But yeah, the initial play is not that great. So yeah, we do see a Regice, we see a Groudon. So let's see how this plays out. And nice, that did help a lot. So I guess we'll go ahead and get the Shauna. Play the energy. We'll go ahead and play this other Gengar. And do I want? No. Well, we'll go ahead and do that. Awesome. End the turn. So we got our hammers down. Regices usually utilize the double colorless, so hopefully that comes into play, but it would be good to get this hammer in. Awesome. Good thing about running the Gengar Wobbuffet build is you don't run a lot of Pokemon since you don't run Shamans, and you can use that to put in with hammers and stuff. Look at that, awesome. We got the stadium, which we needed, and well, we'll go ahead and play that Robo Substitute as well. And I don't want to lose a Robo Substitute this quickly, so I think we're going to put out the Deoxys. If the stadium stays in play, then we can attach the energy and start building up his attack. Because the Overdrive Smash can actually do a lot of damage over time. You know, get 2 hits in, he's doing 90 consecutively. 90 over and over and over again is actually very, very strong. And we're going to be able to do that right now. So we're going to be able to get that play, kill him, and then if he brings up the Seismitoad, he's going to be hitting for 90 next turn. So that's awesome. And like in the first match, I decided not to play a supporter when I didn't need to. You know, I don't want to overextend if there's no need. If we get the energy drop, like in a turn, if we have something that's going to help us out as far as next turn, another energy, something like that, I feel like it's better just to hold on to the hand and not make any unnecessary risks. So we'll go ahead. I guess we'll play this one here, and we'll hit for 90. Our opponent's going to have to put on, another energy and do his big hit if he wants to kill this Deoxys. Or I guess he could retreat, but that would probably be a bad play, because he would be out of energies. Now, that helped us out because we can play our Muscle Band and really start putting the hurt down. Play that. Now, we do need an energy drop, so I'll go ahead and Sycamore. Awesome. I'll go and play that. And we'll Dark Corridor. And this time we will go into the substitute. Oh. I guess that was a mistake. I didn't realize he was going to die off the damage tick. If I was paying attention, then I would not have promoted the Robo Sub. But we're looking pretty good. We have a lot of energies on our field and none on our opponents, just besides the one he just played. So we are definitely winning that bout. And play that. We'll bring out the Wob. And we have this Gengar set up, that Gengar set up. Let's get this Wobbuffet going, because he can do some great damage whenever needed. Our opponent does not look happy about that. He gives us a little outstretched happy guy thing. Oh, he says he's so done. Yeah, it was just, I guess I had like a nice start. I'll say I had a good start. But yeah, as you can see, when this Gengar deck is rolling, it is really, really difficult to stop. You have the protection from the Robo Subs. You have the poison damage. It's just a very, very impressive thing. And now we can use the teammates. Let's get Muscle Band. Let's get energy. And I'll play another energy. And I think our opponent's seeing the writing on the wall. So toss him a GG. There we go. A nice, impressive, confident Game 2 win. And now we just have to finish it off. Oh, our opponent can put us to sleep, actually. Oh, no, this is the wrong guy. Yay. I was thinking of the ancient trait, Articuno. Thank goodness, that would not have been fun. That guy's at 100. Alright. And play another energy just because we can. And promote the Wobbuffet. And it looks like we are on our way to the finals. Wobbuffet Gengar, I'm telling you, this is definitely a deck that can hang in the meta. It shuts off people's shamans, a lot of their abilities like I don't know, Bronzong, you know. A lot of people really need their Bronzong plays and stuff like that. So, loving Wobbuffet, loving Gengar. And we'll see what we can do in the finals. It looks like we'll probably have to wait a little bit. Oh, nope. Our opponent was waiting for us. Chawitzer. So I guess you can stay with me here since I'm really bad at ad-libbing conversation, and so it'll be funny and awkward having me try to fill this last minute of with random banter. See, there I go. Already don't know what to say. But yeah, we'll see what our opponent does in the finals. Hopefully it's nothing too difficult. Our weakness is dark. Well, with our main guy Gengar. So unfortunately, Evital decks really have fun with us. It's really tough to handle Evitals. It's always tough to fight against your weakness, but Evital is already a very strong, very quick attacker. So you can only imagine, you know, him putting on a couple energies, you having energies on Gengar, and then he Lysanders you out. It's not fun, but we will do our best to triumph regardless of what we face. And hopefully we can get a first place win here. On to the final round. And no, and there's Dark. Oh no, and Psychic. So it's probably going to be Hoopa Evital Manectric deck. And I cry. And we're mulligan. So this is going to be very difficult. And we're going to probably have to Sycamore away good stuff, which we don't want to Sycamore those, but we're going to need to have some sort of backup strategy plan. Very cool sleeves. Yep, and as predicted, Manectric Evital. Didn't want to see... Oh, no, and then he plays Headringer as well. Well, this is going to be a short game for us. Very short indeed. Let's see if we can hit this hammer. Unfortunately, we cannot. I guess we'll just put the 3 damages. That Headringer hurt us a lot. He's going to be able to attack for 120, most likely, on this next turn, with us not being able to use our Dark Corridor attack. And he healed off damage. So luckily he did not have an energy drop. That could help, you know, come to help us and play in our favor. But yeah, I guess we got to get this Gengar going. Man, do not want to get rid. We're gonna have no draw after this. Okay, here we go. Come on, this does not like us today. And I guess we're gonna have to go for this Evital because he's just gonna heal it off if we don't. And we need another stadium. We need an energy and a stadium. But getting rid of all these other energies is just not something that we want to do. Not in the slightest. We have another Gengar, so we can put the Muscle Band on him so he doesn't get Headringered. We definitely do not want to get rid of those energies. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep damaging this Evital. I don't want to Sycamore. I think it's going to be our last Sycamore. We already have 2 VS Seekers in the grave, so we probably aren't going to get that drawback. So, did not want to do anything there. So let's see what we can do. Oh, we can do a hard retreat. Oh, but he'll just be able to do that little shock thing. But that's... No, we don't want a hard... Damn it. I wanted to hard retreat and then use the Dark Corridor, but we don't have the stadium up. Alright, actually, let's go for it. Let's try to find the stadium. Perfect. Crushing Hammer. Can we hit one? Thank you. And let's get rid of that. Now our opponent's still going to be able to kill him because he's going to do that little 2 and 2 hit, but that's fine because guy won't have energies on, and you know he won't be doing big damage on the Gengar. So, question here. Might break the stadium. We're going to go ahead and bring up this Wobbuffet. That way he can't do any sort of Shaman if he has it. I don't think he does, but he uses the Silent Lab. Alright. Takes away the Wobbuffet. And does that. That's fine. And we have a teammates in hand, so that's going to work perfectly in our favor. Our opponent has been struggling to get energies, so that could prove to be very big for us. Now, won't really matter, so I guess we'll bring him up. Perfect. So what we're gonna and this enhanced hammer could prove perfect against that Evital, because they like to use double colorlesses. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get Dimension Valley. We have energies. Lysander could be good. I don't know if I want to get another stadium. If we have it, no other stadium. So I guess we'll just get draw. Should we need the draw, might as well. And so we'll go ahead and, you know what? I'm going to leave that there for now. Just in case he breaks it. That way he can't use an enhanced hammer on this energy next turn. Because what my original plan was, drop the stadium, obviously, put the mystery energy on the Wobbuffet so he's set up and can retreat and do all that biz. But if he uses a hammer, then that could be a problem. Using the Silent Lab kind of hurts our opponent as well. So as you see, we're in a really good position now. Let's go ahead and drop that. Drop that. We're going to use that enhanced hammer. Awesome. Ooh. Definitely going to grab that Robo Sub, play that down, and yeah, I guess we'll retreat. I don't think, let's see, 30, 60, 90. Yeah, we want to get the poison on him, so we'll go ahead and use a Gengar. And our opponent actually is in a big bind, and we came back. It looked like it was going to be a very, very tough matchup. The one guy we didn't want to see, as I said, was Evital. And he had Evital, and Manectric is very good, especially since we utilize muscle bands. But yeah, it looks like our opponent's just going to die from poison, and what do you know? We got the win. Very good job. You see the power of Gengar. If you guys haven't checked him out yet, I highly suggest using him. He's always just been a great, cool Pokemon anyways, one of the OGs. And yeah, has that hit and run tactic that is very troubling to get around, so I definitely love him for that. And cool, so you see the prizes. Alright guys, here's a look at the deck that we just used to win that tournament. Since we hopped straight away into the tournament, we weren't able to go over it, so I'll go over it now. First off, we have 2 Deoxys. I like Deoxys in this deck since we aren't running Shaman. He can help, for drawing, start game if you're kind of stuck with not much in hand, like if you don't have a supporter. And when you do hit for weakness, I really, really like him against the weakness matchup, like, the Lucario decks and things of that nature, because you slap a muscle band on him that turns his 30 to 50, plus weakness is 100 for just 1 energy if you have the stadium in play. Then after that, he's hitting for 90s, which so it'll be 90 even without a muscle band. 1 energy, second turn of attacking, he could be hitting a Lucario EX for 180, which is vicious. So yeah, I like him. It's weird to have a guy in just for the weakness, and that's not his whole reason in there, but that is a big part of it. I definitely like having him in there. Can help draw, help do things when you can't attack with the EX. Our main guy is Gengar EX. We run 4 Gengars. Since there's not many Pokemon, you might as well run 4 so you can make sure that you have them. As you saw, we use the Dark Corridor a lot. Very, very strong attack, especially when you can do it with just 2 energies with the Stadium. And that's what we're typically trying to do, because we don't run double colorless in this deck. And this Night Attack is actually really good as well. Very underrated. Just put 3 damage counters on one of your opponents. Because what can happen, say you're damaging your guys, they go back to the bench. End game, if you know that he has a guy within 3 damage ticks of death, you can set up something where you could, okay, something dies, you bring out a Gengar, slap on 1 energy, game. Very, very good. So both attacks are usable. And then we cap it off with 4 Wobbuffet. You know, ideally you want to start off with the Wobbuffet because it'll shut down the other team's Shaman plays and like their ability to kind of go off. So trick is like your deck needs to be built, like if you're running Gengar EX, built to not need to like go off with abilities with like supporters and stuff, and then you want to be able to shut them down from going off. So we run the 4 Wobbuffet, and then the Wobbuffet can actually hit pretty hard. Like a nice combo is you use the Gengar EX, Dark Corridor with a Muscle Band, 80, damage tick 90. The next turn, then you switch into the Wobbuffet. The Wobbuffet's going to be hitting for like, I don't know, like 110 or something on the next turn if they don't retreat that Pokemon. So he can be a very strong attacker. He's good for shutting off abilities, and that's it for the Pokemon. So you just see 10. I'm sure some people probably don't run the Deoxys. I do. But even with him in there, he's still only 10, so it leaves you space to run a lot of trainers, which is awesome. Since we do have that space, what we're going to do to fill up the cards that, you know, of stuff that you would normally use is you can go ahead and use the 4 hammers. Crushing Hammer, I feel like, is really only good if you're going to run a full run of them, like all 4, and this low Pokemon count allows you to do that. So you run 4 Crushing Hammer just because all you need to do is hit 1 or 2, and you set your opponent back a couple turns, and that's really good. And then 2 Enhanced Hammer, because it's kind of the same concept with the Crushing. You can set your opponent back a turn. Just very, very helpful to run that. Now you run 4 Robo Substitutes because that goes in tandem with the Gengar EX. With the Dark Corridor, as you saw, you can do your attack, then retreat into something, and what you can typically retreat into is a Robo Substitute. If not, then the Wobbuffet. And to kind of skip ahead to go with this, what's really cool with the Robo Sub is you can use Robo Sub when they kill it and do Teammates. Teammates works when they hit the Robo Sub, which is vicious. Your opponent's not getting a prize card. They're basically wasting their attack, and even though they wasted their attack, you're going to get to use Teammates. So that's why I have the 1 Teammates in there. I feel like 2 is a bit much, because without running Shamans, you want to make sure that you have draw cards opening hand, not like 2 Shamans, 2 Substitutes, and a Wobbuffet. You'd probably lose if you drew that. So we run 2 switches. Now we have energy that allows us to switch as well, but I never want to rely on, you know, special energies to do our switching completely, because your opponent can Enhance Hammer or Zero-Sick or whatever. So we run two switches. It comes in handy. We have 2 Trainer's Mail. That's just to try to make sure that we can grab our Muscle Bands and Stadiums faster. 3 VS Seeker. That's just my standard. I always run 3, maybe 4 if I really need to. We have 2 Lysander, 2 Professor Birch, and a 4/4 of Professor Sycamore and Shauna. As I said, the deck can draw, like its opening hand can be really bad. You know, where most decks you can, you know, hit the Shaman, or if you don't have a Shaman, then you can at least get a Sycamore or a Ultra Ball. Well, this deck runs 0 Ultra Balls. That's right, 0 Ultra Balls, 0 Shamans. So you really need one of these. And so, if you run, you know, that's 8, then 10 total cards to draw, plus the 2, so that's, you know, 12 cards to try to get you into a draw. And that's going to be enough to kind of get you going. And once you get going, then the setup is real, and it's tough to battle. So, 4 Sycamore, 4 Shauna, 4 Dimension Valley, because you definitely want to be hitting for only 2 energies with that Dark Corridor. Likewise, with the Psychic Assault, you only want to attack with 1 energy. So always want to have that. And ideally, you don't want to play it first. You want to make sure that you can win the Stadium War. So yeah, you want to hold off on that. 4 Muscle Band. Because Gengar's attack, the 60 is not that great, but if you do it for 80 and get that extra tick to 90, that's perfect for the Vespiqueens. And as we saw, we played against Vespiqueen. You really want to be able to one-shot Vespiqueens. If they're going to hit something or kill something, you want to be able to counter and knock off a double colorless with that. So run 4 of those. 4 Mystery Energy, which give you a free retreat for your Psychics. Or not free, I think it's 2 retreat less. but for all of our guys, it's going to equal free retreat. And then 8 standard psychic energies. So yeah, that's the build. You could probably change things a little bit, maybe add some ultra balls, maybe take out the Deoxys. But I don't know, he pulls his weight, definitely does. So yeah, hope you guys like the tournament, and we will be showing you more in the future. All right, peace.